Oh, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Move my camera, so I have to try and look at it. How are you?
Can you hear me all right?
I can, I can. Can you hear
Awesome.
me?
Yeah, mate. Cool. How are
I've
you?
set up my. I'm good. I'm good. My microphone should sound better because I watched a video on how to use it, so that was interesting.
Always
I
helps,
was
hey?
recording it. It was just all coming out all like echoey, and then I watched his video, and he's like, "Oh, so you just turn this button, and then that's for when you're sitting in front of it." And I'm like, "Ah, well, that makes sense."
That's working smooth, bro. You got some new gear.
I have, man. I've got a new. I'm very lucky. I've got a new one of these invisible things that I'm holding up. My laptop almost died in Melbourne, like literally just
Okay.
before. Like I was trying to like get all these pictures and like compile it into a video, and my laptop just went nah. And we literally had to play that in the event.
You're using it. Yeah, Sod's
Oh,
law,
yeah.
eh?
It was just, I was trying to pretend it was a 2022 computer when it's like a 2017 or something. So we
Have you
literally
for the
had to
best,
use the
bro?
editing software. Like we played the editing software on the screen because it wouldn't load. So thank you to Martin for an amazing job. But yeah, no, so, and then JC did a live and said, Campbell's computer's dead. So someone said, I'll buy him a new one. So I have a new laptop.
Wow, legend.
Amazing person out there sent me money and said, go buy a new laptop.
Wow, how good is that?
I know, right? So there's
Fucking hell.
amazing people out there.
So if anyone
Um,
wants to buy me a laptop, feel
exactly.
free.
Gaz's laptop's failing him big time, man.
New car would be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. His car's
Yeah.
broken down, his house, everything. That land, as I think, as well, isn't it? I
Land, yeah.
just,
If anyone wants to
it's,
buy me
with
some
me, it's
land,
just the airship, man. The airships,
oh,
giving me hassle. So I need a new airship if anyone wants to donate one.
mate. How on the subject of airships, I was watching your Melbourne presentation. I've been to Melbourne a few times, mate, and I was in awe walking around that place. Seeing the same things you guys were seeing, and mate, some of those buildings look like they literally haven't been touched. Like they're just
Yeah.
still covered in grime and dirt, and they just look like, yeah, mate, straight out of Batman.
Yeah, yeah. It's full Gotham City. It's like
Yeah,
you get the old dingy sort of amazing buildings, but they're all dingy and run down. And then you get the ones that are just,
pink.
immaculate.
Yeah,
And they're just everywhere. And then just surrounded by these big,
yeah,
you know, black cubes, right?
it's insane, mate. Yeah, it's a real treat to walk around Melbourne, and like I just don't go to cities anymore, mate. I wish Brisbane's probably the closest thing for me to go, and that'll have lots to look at, you know.
I hope so. We're going to be
mm,
there in September.
cool,
Hope you
man.
can
Well, I'll have
come
to come.
down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds great. It's yeah, not a couple of hours from me, so that works much better. But
Yeah,
mate, yeah,
yeah.
really, really good to watch you. And Melbourne was a success, so that's awesome. And all the peeps dug it, and it all went smoothly, so that's great.
It went really well. No, business wise, not so well. We didn't make anything, but we learned a lot, right? We learned a lot. We literally got it together in 3 weeks. Had to change venue like with
Yeah,
a week to go and 300 tickets, so we had no venue. But on the day it went perfectly, and everyone was amazing, and everyone, heaps of volunteers who jumped in and helped out. Yeah, it was just the trolls tried, but they failed, and now we're going to keep going, and
cool,
we've learned a
man.
lot, so it's just going to get bigger and better from now on, and that's how you do things, right? You just do them even
Yeah,
when you
that's
don't
it.
know what you're
This,
doing. You
this
do it and you
Tartarian,
learn.
this
Mm.
Tartarian conscious you're talking about, mate, is where we're at, where we want to be at.
Yeah, 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 this is the thing. And a few things sort of struck me in Melbourne, but one was the information that's encoded in the buildings, right?
Mm,
Like there's so much, and it's information. We kind of think, oh, it's just a facade, but it's not. And to the point where in the old world they literally would have been able to read a lot of this stuff, all these symbols and they all mean something, right? We just don't know how to read it. But but that's what they do. They knock all down all the information. And of course, all these buildings are connected to water, the information, and these put these black boxes, right?
And it's the same with these. I've been doing a lot of sightseeing around my area. And mate, these old mountains, they're all, I call them buildings. A lot of my viewers call them trees, or both, you know, a mixture of both. But mate, they're all tied into water source. They're all sitting on top of water supplies. They've got canals around them, you know, and they're all connected around here, mate. And yeah, I'm just finding, like that vid I did at the beach where all the square stones and all that, mate, like they're old buildings. And then the same thing I'm finding at all these mountains around here, mate. And my censorship, my Truth Hurts channel is fucking dead, mate. They've actually sent me, they sent me a thing even admitting it, just saying like, your channel is now only a few people will see it.
Did they give you a reason?
Just because, you know, a few of my vids are
Controversial.
Fuck, bro.
Something happened and they must have taken the locks off my channel for like 6 weeks. And like literally, because my channel just sat there.
Yeah. Oh, mate, yours
like
is
45,000 subs. And then it went up like
plus now
15,000 people in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, wow.
And then it went, and then sort of, I think it tipped out at 63. So literally 18,000 people, and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
And my views went right up and everything went right up, and then it just went straight down to a dead, like flat line again.
Fuckers,
so they haven't, you know, obviously not as bad as yours. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just because I've got more content and more people sharing it that I still get views, but yeah, man, Poochie.
Yeah, bro, it's really good that you haven't. But like, I don't know, mate. Mine is just probably because my last title of my vid was "Fuck YouTube."
Well, maybe someone saw that. Yeah, we put
I'm just fed up with it, mate. I've really just pisses me off. You know, you can't say what you want to say. We're supposed to, you know, democratic environment. We all know that's a load of shit. And, maybe you just can't talk about things that you know,
anything. I think, you know, because we've got to start supporting these other platforms, right? That are letting us speak. So we do need to start moving across and just using YouTube as basically somewhere to grab people and move them off the platform.
Exactly, mate.
So literally, you know, like videos that where you do half or a live stream and then the other half's on another channel, and you just start off with, you know, you be nice and you obey the rules, and then it's like, okay, let's go talk and take people off. You know, a lot of big channels are doing that and been really successful. So I think that's
what do you think's the best platform, bro, to go with?
I'm on Rumble and Odyssey. I mean, I think they're kind of the biggest. They're not, you know, Odyssey is not set up, you know, it's not that user friendly. But I mean, but also those platforms, people tend to go there and have their subscriptions and just watch those kind of thing. It's not really like YouTube where you go and kind of scroll. They're not really, but over time, you know, they're new platforms. Dan Bongino owns Rumble, and he's, you know, apparently a good guy, and he's got a bit of cash behind him. So they're the ones that I'm using at the moment. You know, there's all these, you know, I think there is it Truth Social or something, and there's a few that are paid subscriptions, and but ultimately, you know, I'd like to keep everything free. That's kind of why I like YouTube, because you can get paid, you know, for working, but the people, you know, people don't have to pay for the information. It's still free. And of course, as creators, we actually do need to get paid. You know, we still need to eat, and we have bills and all this stuff, and everyone thinks it should be free, and I agree, information should be, but we still need to live.
I know it's tricky, man. I'm gonna have to. I'm looking at doing other things for that dreaded paperwork that we need to survive. You know, so just guitars.
Yeah, well, it's a hard one. I've got to look into a few things, but now we're in the position we've got to, you know, get ABNs and business names and all this, just literally just so that we can hire venues. You know, you can't just sort of rock up and hire a venue. Go, well, you know, we're just Cambell and Kelly, you know, here's some, you know, they just won't, it's all got to be above board. So we've got to get into that world, but we need to also set it up so that we're above that, you know. So as far as a business, and they're calling them livingnesses now, you know, because you don't want something to keep you busy. You want something to give you a living. So it's a livingness, but so you want the men and women up the top, and then they own the corporate fiction entity stuff, and you use that to, you know, to talk to other corporate fictions, basically.
Yeah.
So we're getting into that law thing. So it's, oh gosh, it's just, you know, it's a new world, right? We've got to change everything, the way we look at it, or else it's not going to change.
That's it, bro. And the Georgia Guidestones, what do you think about that?
I was just thinking, yeah. I actually made a little video on it. Just
I
like
saw that, the short, yeah.
Yeah, the short, yeah. Bye. Yeah, interesting. Hey, I mean, how's the timing?
Oh, what about the time? Was it 4:03:33 or something?
Yeah, in the morning, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was just someone blowing them up. I don't think it was, you know, the cabal or any of those people. You know, this is the thing, we don't know how important it was to them. I think the big thing will be, is there a time capsule under there, which everyone has said, right? And are they going to uncover it? I think that would be the big thing. But yeah, this is the thing, we don't know if it's put up there, if they actually revere that, if it's a, you know, a place and a you know, monument they revere, or is that just done to, you know, put more fear in, or to kind of stamp, you know, so that people think, oh my God, look, we're being, you know, ruled. So the actual intention, you know, obviously it was built by the Rosicrucians, R.C. Christian, right? Rosicrucian, and like 1980. Apparently it was built in the middle of the night as well.
Yeah,
No
how
fire
about
trucks or anything. It just
no one
appeared.
knows too much about it, and it's like
just appeared.
Yeah, it just appears, and like the government, like, mate, if I went and built fucking a structure anywhere around, you know, if any of us did, it'd be knocked down, and can't do
That's
this
the thing.
shit. And this thing's
to
just
this
been left.
day,
Oh, we don't know anything about it.
and to this day, there's a company that maintains it. There's people that go out and maintain it, and they're being paid to do it, but somehow we're not allowed to know who's paying it, right? It's all this big mystery. So that's kind of, to me, that's kind of a bit of a pointer that it might be out there just to, you know, keep our attention and to get a message into the subconscious, rather than something that they actually, you know, revere and do, you know, rituals and things
bizarre.
at. So
it's pretty,
but it is bizarre.
The whole
But
fucking
to blow it up is pretty cool. And then they had to knock it all over. Like,
Yeah.
they had to bring it like that. So it's gone. It's
the
gone.
the witch is dead. The wicked witch is dead. Let's hope.
Ding dong.
Ding
Yeah,
dong.
yeah. So I'm just wondering if someone's going to go and dig up this time capsule, if there's anything under it, because that would be the interesting thing. Probably dig it up and there'll be just like a mask in there or something.
Fuck. Yeah. Nothing. It's something that's all been done before. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, the world's getting weird, isn't it? It's, I mean, I think we're all figuring out we have been here before, and, you know, how many times, like this whole time loop thing that's going on.
It's crazy, man. The conversations I'm having with just people in the street every day, it's bizarre. People are just sort of, mate, I met a lady who worked in IGA yesterday, and she was a nurse in Melbourne who just said they realized straight away what was going on. They fucking sold their house, bought a van, and mate, she's gone from a nurse, now she's working in IGA. And yeah, man, it's crazy. And then, yeah, just walking my dogs the other day, this guy, we had a little chat, and he's like, mate, I'm not sure, my dreams seem more real than, you know, me talking to you now. He's going, fuck, are we?
Well, this is the thing, and I'm getting it lots, just these kind of, you know, phasing. Just feels like you're sort of going like between realities or something.
Isn't it bizarre?
All the time now. It's just like, what? And yeah, the whole memory thing, like, memory's not working like it used to, is it? It seems more distant and not as focused and more dreamlike. Yeah, it's very
time.
What a time to be alive.
Don't you think time just goes so quick now, mate? Like I know it's not,
I
I know
literally,
it's not real, but fuck my date, mate. I know I don't even know what day it is half the time.
I, yeah, me either. And I think it jumps, you know, when you're sitting there and you look at your clock or whatever, and you seem to then spend 5 minutes, look at it again, and like an hour's gone by, and you're like, because I, you know, when you're working, you look and you're like, but I haven't done an hour's work.
I
What have I
know.
been
I'm
doing? How
finding
did
the
that
same thing,
happen?
mate. Yeah.
It's just weird.
And I'm up
So,
early too, dude. Like we're up so early, and then me and my missus will go and get a coffee. Next thing we know, it's like lunchtime. It's like fucking. Where did the time?
have you seen the Lazarus project?
That rings a bell. Oh,
It's on I think it's on Stan. And
okay.
basically they reset time. They find a singularity that they can hold, and it's based on every time, you know, the world's going to end. Basically, every time someone's going to destroy the world, they reset it. But there's only a few people that can remember the reset, and everyone else just goes about their life. And so they're literally continually in this show, continually resetting time.
That's what's
So you
going
could,
on.
so sometimes they live the same year because it's a date. It's like July 1st or something, the singularity. So unless you get from July to July, you just keep reliving that year while they're resetting it. And then you get past and you live the next year until you can. And that's kind of what it feels like, doesn't it? It's just like this, it's very loopy.
Yeah, man. That's a good way to put it. Loopy, just going on loop. Yeah.
This is, yeah, it's, I mean, but in the end, you know, I think the only thing real is we know that we're creating something, right? You know, if it's breaking down or whatever, we're still the creators. So we've still got to focus on what we want to do and not buy into the story too much. And even if it seems weird, I mean, maybe that's just showing us that we've got more potential to change things more quickly, because that's another thing, right? Things are manifesting pretty quickly these days. It's like, I mean, back to the event, I can't believe we did that in 3 weeks. I think we notified it, and it was literally 2.5 weeks from when we said there's tickets on sale to when we were on stage. It was just stupid. And now it's done. It's like, was I even there?
Yeah, bizarre.
It was just like, what? Yeah. It's just so bizarre.
Time warp. Fucking hell, man. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, man. 88, right? 88 miles per hour. And
That's
of course,
1985 it was. He went back to
85. Yeah.
I always thought, last time we spoke, I think you said it was 84 with the George Orwell movie, but it's 85. So that ties in even better. 84, George Orwell, bang. 85.
85, yeah. And CERN, you know, everyone was going off about CERN. What was that, 2 days ago or something? They apparently turned it on. But again, nothing happened, right? And everyone's been stressing over it and worrying and focusing on it rather than building the future. And then it turns out nothing happened. I mean, you know, this is the thing, like everyone's like, but they're going to open portals and let demons in. And I'm like, have you looked around lately? I think the demons are already here, man. What are you talking about?
It is, man. Yeah, a bit slow on the uptake. That one.
Yeah.
Far out. Yeah, man. You walk outside, there's the weather's undeniable now, you know. Even a lot of average Joes are. Oh, actually, it was pretty funny. I said to this guy in IGA, mate, it's my talking point of the day. Going to IGA, said to this young kid who works there, and he actually watches a lot of my vids, and he said,
nice.
He said, Gaz, you know, I might be going to the mines to work. And I said, oh, yeah, mate, you've probably got to get the Jabberwocky to do that. And he goes, oh, yeah, probably. And I said, mate, fucking don't do that. You know, and we had a good chat, myself and this kid. Pretty soon he I don't think he's going to the mines anymore, put it that way.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, is we can't create the new world while we're dragging the old world along, right? And so this whole concept of, because he would have been doing it as a young kid for the money, right? Oh, this will set me up. I can get what? A house. The new earth, it's not about buying a house. It's not about this division and this stupid, stuff we have
Yeah.
where we have to pay to live. So, all these people, and there's a lot of people doing, they just want the old world back because they want a bit of normalcy, right? It's familiar to them. And this new reality is so out there. But we have to understand, if all you're doing, if you buy into that and you want to get another job and just sit, you're just buying into that reality, and that's probably where you're going to stay. So really have a think about that. Were you really enjoying it? Was it really that good in 2019? When you were going to work, waking up every day at the same time, being told when you can have lunch, being told how much money you can have, when you can have holidays. So I think a lot of people really need to consider, what are they doing? Sure, if you need money, of course you need to work, but what are you doing long term? And the whole Jabberwocky, I mean, that's literally that could be a death sentence. So what even would be the point of working if you're not going to be able to enjoy the money? So,
mate, what the fuck? Did you watch that Jim Brewer comedy special? Did I send you that?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
Fuck, bro. How good was that, mate? The first half of that, he sort of branched off the topics halfway through.
Yeah.
But, mate, that start, wow. It made
He
me...
just started and just went straight into it, like, didn't he? Bang, 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 bang.
Just owning it and like making it look so fucking stupid, this whole thing. I love it when he goes like, mate, I feel like in a few years they're going to make a musical out of this, and he's going 6 foot safe, 5 foot unsafe, 6 foot safe, 5 foot unsafe. So, and then, oh mate, yeah, it's so brilliantly.
It is
done.
just so ridiculous. So this is the thing. I was listening to this guy this morning called Anomaly, and he's like, so what are we doing? He's like, I've got an idea. How about we just go with them? How about we like one up them? So like they're like, oh, they need more gay people on CNN. How about we just go, nah, man, we need they should all be transgendered and black and Muslims. They should all be black transgendered Muslims. And like really, because the lefties would be like, yeah, you're right. And then they would, and imagine then we could destroy everything. Like we could push it to the point where it was, and he was saying, why don't all the guys just go down to all the women's teams and just say, we identify as women where we want to play. And literally, then you have just men's teams playing in the women's league. And it's like, and so it means nothing, right?
Yeah.
But we use their force against them. Just go, yeah, man, just build it there. Yeah, how far can we take
psychology,
this?
mate.
Yeah. And then they'll just kill themselves faster. And that was his theory. He's like, well, they're killing it anyway. So let's just speed it up and then we can get started with rebuilding sooner. So it's not a bad plan, I reckon.
Mate, we've always seen it through it, like, wow, what a fucking joke it is. I just love everything. Like Trump, mate, as if Elvis and Trump, there's something going on there. I just look at old Elvis.
You reckon they're the same pet? I mean, the hair, mate. I got the hair, but
there's something going on, something fishy.
I know there's a story about Elvis is Trump or something. We haven't looked.
What about Morgan Freeman and Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah, so I mean that would suit a bit better. The thing about Trump and Elvis is Elvis was 45 when he died in 78. So that's 25 years, is that right? 45 years ago, sorry. So he'd be 90. So it's like the Alex Jones and what's his name? Roller coaster, Bill Hicks. Yeah. The age difference is, Bill Hicks would be 70 or something. So, but who knows? Do they age like? I mean, who?
What
knows?
about the ear analysis?
We can't really say anything, for fact anymore, can we? Because we just don't know, man.
Now, there's a guy who used to do the ear analysis because your ears don't change.
Yeah.
No, and there's a lot of
He did the ears on Elvis, did he, and Trump and that.
But for like you said, mate, you can't believe fucking anything.
You can't. It's like that that lady, that Spanish lady or whatever from that show. she had a mask on and she was talking. Is that Emma girl from? God, I'm so bad with shows. Harry Potter, you know, Emma, is it Emma
Oh, Harry
Watson?
Pothead. Yeah, that
Yeah,
little young chick. Yeah.
yeah, and she's sitting there talking, and look, you think that it's her, and then she just rips this mask off, and it's this other actress sitting there. It's like, okie dokie.
Yeah, man, the mask is a real thing. They're so advanced. Mate, I reckon Biden's like,
Ridiculous.
I reckon Biden's Johnny Knoxville or something like that, mate.
Johnny
It's not
Knoxville.
even the same man. Biden is not the same.
Oh no, it's clearly not the dude that was around.
No.
Even when Obama was in, it looks like a different dude completely.
Mm.
And then that dude's like, I saw his interview, like a bit of it. His eyes are just so dead. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like he's just stunned. He's like this. He does. He's freaking out. Whoever's in there is freaking out, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean they must be right because that's their job and they have to do it right. Because if they don't, the consequences are much worse. And so they must be freaking out, having to go out and say all
Oh.
this stupid crap and like.
How about
You
Nicole
know?
Kidman eating bugs? See that?
I saw a bit of that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she's no puppet. But or they get them in the, you know, like you said,
Well,
you do this or fucking, you know.
Nicole Kidman's parents are the biggest landowners in Australia. They
Yeah.
basically own the whole desert. And, you know, we know, with rumors of what's under the desert, right?
Well, mate, everything's where this whole place is buried, mate. Like, you know, it's yeah. They spent a good 110 years digging it out, preparing it for us, but they couldn't get everywhere, you know. And that's why, you know, your national parks, they're always the way they do it is pretty brilliant too, because they don't say off limits. They go, you can go there, but we'll build this track. You know, you go through.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful lookout, and people go to the track and they don't go off the beaten path and see. Because, mate, that's what I've been doing. And you only got to walk off the path for literally 5 seconds. And, mate, I'm finding ancient walls and stones and, you know, like it's
Yeah.
And then, mate, like this video I just did, and it's at Mount Tinbiwa in Queensland. And this thing's just huge, mate. But I don't know if I've told you before that these stones, they're like long, elongated squares, really big stones like that. And then they've like I show the footage where they're in the ground, you know, and part of the hillside or whatever it is, and then they make seats out of it. Like they put them all together and they make seats and they make steps and they utilize all the existing stones there, and they make. And
there's a lot of that where they get old stuff and they try and rebuild, you know, they even do it with temples and they try and say it's an old temple. And you look at it and clearly they've just been stacking things on top of each other. It's nothing like the actual temples. But I remember when I was young in Tasmania, you know, when I was like 6 or 7, just walking through the bush, and there were bricks everywhere. And those, you know, that's that white ceramic that they used to have on power lines. It was just all through the bush.
Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, you don't really think about it. So, well, this is interesting. But I think that's where this topic is going, you know. There's a lot of arguing going on about, you know, semantics, but I mean, who really gives a crap? I think what we know is there was definitely a previous advanced civilization that's been covered up. We've been lied to.
Yep.
That's end of story, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly, mate.
So we just need to use that to see how we can get out of this and build the best future. But I think definitely boots on the ground is the way it's going now. So everyone get out there, you know, even in, like you said, into the national parks and all these places,
treasure troves,
on
mate.
the beaches. There's just stuff everywhere.
And look at these. Like it just takes a little bit of like open-mindedness. And mate, these stones that I'm looking at and rocks, you can't get naturally square rocks.
No.
Like maybe one or two here, but like, I mean, like just littered. And
but that would literally be at an angle. You wouldn't get a square. You might get a square corner.
Yeah, but these
if you're lucky, you know.
Yeah, and it's just one after another, mate. And then, yeah, the size of these things, and then they just use them as dividers. And mate, I've done a few videos lately, and again, I'm just so heavily censored that it's like it's laughable if you look at my channel, where you look at the views of like thousands, and now they're at literally tens.
Oh my gosh, jeez, yeah, we need to start pushing the old Rumble and Odyssey. Are you on them as well? Are you linked up to those
No, I've
channels?
opened an account, and I actually just was struggling to use it. And I was like, fucking hell, what's
If
going
you
on?
just if you just go in to your account, there's a button that says link YouTube, and it'll upload all of your videos
Really?
automatically to Rumble, and
Wow. Okay.
every time you put a new one up, it'll upload it onto Rumble. So
Wow.
even if YouTube takes your channel down, you'll have a channel with everything on Rumble, and Odyssey do the same. That's why I'm on those two, because I actually never really go on them, but everything I do gets automatically uploaded to my channels there.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
ultimately that's where it's headed, I think. So
yeah.
definitely do that.
Yeah, man. Well, we've got 10 minutes, brother, up our sleeves. What's
All
some
right.
what's some like where let's talk about, because we want to, as you said, this is we want to create the new world here. And it's really easy for people to get, because I do it myself, mate. You get up days, down days, and we've got to stay focused, on what we want to
Yeah.
what we want
Yeah.
to
I mean,
like. It's so easy to
yeah.
get lost, man. And like we've got to go back to goal setting and
Yes.
and
Yes. And we have
and
to have another
being,
chat for Spiral Up.
yeah,
But yeah, the main thing, which has always been a thing when you're a creator, is you notice like people need, if you have an idea, that's your idea. You need to do it. When you get an idea and like this would be great, that doesn't mean that you should go and ask other people to do it. You shouldn't go on YouTube channels and say, hey, I've got this idea. You should do a video. You should. No, you should go to a mirror and say that. So, that's giving away your power, because no one else wants what you want. No one else knows what you want, right? And I was thinking about it before. It's like you can even think people are talking about what you're talking about when they're not. Like you could sit there and someone could be describing like a lion, right? Oh, it's got 4 legs and it's got fur and a tail and ears, and the other person's seeing a dog,
yeah,
but they think they're talking about the same thing. So this is it. Like when you've got something that feels good to you, you do it. It's your mission. It's your quest. It's no one else's. And like I said, even if someone else takes it on, they're not going to end up where you thought they would, because they're not you. So that's a big thing. We've been taught to give away our power, and that the answers are out there, and that if we want stuff done, we need to go out there and get people to do it. But we've got to change that and internalize everything, that
yeah,
if it
man.
is to be, it's up to me.
I like that. You're a poet and you do know it.
Exactly right.
Love it, bro. No, that's great, man. Yeah, it's because I actually said to my missus, she was having a bit of a shitty day yesterday, and I said, go and watch
Yeah.
Cambell's latest Spiral Up video. And she did. And
Oh,
she felt
thank
a
you.
bit better, mate. So,
Good.
yeah, we've got to keep those positive vibes, man. And even more, like more and more. And like, fuck, like you said, we're creators. We've got to create.
Mhm.
I'm in a position now, yeah, where we, some of us may have to go and get a job for a bit to get by, but keep that intention in mind of where you want to be. And but the funny thing is, mate, like a lady said to me the other day, like the hardest thing is not knowing. Like she said, and planning, crypto is fucked, like she's going, I bought 100 grand of silver. And I was like, wow, that's good, but what, people have really like finding it hard that like, like people are selling up, getting in their vans, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, even buying the silver, I mean, that's good. But, unless you've got the silver on you, do you really even own it? And then you've got all this silver, I mean, you could, well, in some places you can get land for that price, right? And then you can get things out of the land. You can live there, you can grow food. So again, buy all these investment things and people worrying about crypto, it's the old world. I
yeah,
mean, with crypto, it'll if the economy collapses, crypto is going to like double overnight, right? Because it'll be the only thing left to trade with. But I mean, I wouldn't put all your focus into that. The focus has to be, you know, like I said before, it has to be the new earth. We can't drag, you know, the baggage of the old world into creating a new world, because all that does is create the same, right? We've got to do something different. And it's to do with wealth, right? What is wealth? You
That's
know, we
right.
think it's dollars and bits of metal and that, but is it really? Or is it happiness and abundance of food and clean water and then things
Yeah.
like this, community, right?
Mm. Well, mate, that's where it's at, you know, 150%, man. You know, it's crazy to think just, man, I've got so much info in here that just goes around my head like all day. It's painful, you know what I mean? It's fucking painful. It's you know, you see through everything, mate. I can just, you know, see through what's happened from the beginning, you know, with these assholes setting it all up, and the struggle that I find is loved ones, mate. I still to this day, you know, really struggle with just
Yeah, I'm lucky in that respect. Like none of my family, well, my immediate family have been Jabberwockied.
yeah.
Some of my extended family have, but yeah, as far as my, you know, mum, dad, sister, my ex, my kids, they're all good. So yeah, I luckily don't have that to sort of contend with, but that must be really hard. So
Yeah, man, it is. It's hard when you're close, and mate, you can feel that shit, whatever's in it. It's taking the empathy away from people. Like my folks were never like this, mate. You know, and you know, I'm just saying, like one of my family members basically wished that I was dead. You know, I wish you got the thing because you deserve
I
it.
mean,
It's
yeah,
crazy. It's like,
it
wow, I'm
is.
trying to help you guys to fucking, you know, not
It
don't get
is.
on that
I
train.
mean,
It's not a shower.
it's not easy. I mean, it's the goal is to get balance, right? Balance in your mind, and when you get balance, you know what I sort of came to understand was that we can't change anyone. Everyone's on their own course, and we don't know where they are. So what they're doing could be good for them, could be good, you know, and probably is right in the bigger picture. So we can't get attached to that stuff too much. It's really, we've got to focus on our own experience and just love everyone, right? You know,
That's
if they
it.
do silly things, well, we've all done stupid stuff, right? And this life is just a little bit of the bigger picture. So it could just be a learning curve, you know, just like we did stupid stuff when we were 17, 18. You know, this life could be the stupid stuff for some other people. So I mean, and I'm not saying it's easy, you know, especially with family, but that's what I find is the way to sort of ease your mind and get peace over it is, and we hear it everywhere, right? Just this non-attachment to circumstance, I guess. You know, you love the person, but you don't buy into you know, things have to happen a certain way and have to be a certain way. Everything can just be interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point, mate. Well, brother, on that note, mate, we're gonna have to leave it
Mm.
today. I've got a
All
lot
righty.
on, and mate, we'll catch up again soon, bro. We'll come back
Yes, we
next time.
will.
I've got a few really good topics for next one. I didn't really come today armed with anything, so I just wanted to have a chat and fucking say
Yeah,
g'day,
yeah.
brother.
Catch
And
up.
yeah, stoked with the Melbourne way it went for you, and hopefully, you know, we can do something together in Brisbane and
Yeah,
meet
we'll
up.
definitely hook
Good,
up.
mate.
Yep.
So yeah, brother. Peace out,
Sure.
my man, and we'll
Cheers,
chat.
mate.
Thanks, brother.
Talk to you soon.
Have
Have a
one,
good
man.
one.
Cheers,
See you,
bro.
mate.
Bye, mate.
Bye.